I know Centaur was. I don't know if ABBA was. Lion definitely was not.
Actually, it was banned alongside the Knicks. So there you go. All right.
Latam defenders, they're gonna pick the S right now, I think, with the Knicks assassin, so he doesn't get banned second phase.
Wow.
This
Tiny
is,
ancient apparition.
Did they actually pick Axe second for Latam last time?
No, I don't think so. Wasn't it third or fourth?
Yeah, it was third.
Okay. I like this.
Oh, no,
much
sorry,
more.
it was fourth. My bad.
So, yeah, this was banned last game. Definitely the play. You mentioned how much Valky's been playing the Darkseer, so this is the time to get it. He's got some options against Ancient Apparition that are okay. You know, Surge can be pretty cool. I wonder why the AA here. This is still standing out to me. This is a little different.
Yeah, I don't know.
They banned Huskar on EGOBOYS, right, last time?
Yes.
So maybe, maybe they know Latam defenders plays Huskar in scrims.
I guess, are you really worried about them like first phasing it or something? Like, I don't know.
Huh.
Very interesting. Maybe they have like some crazy flex where they're willing to run it in a different role and they'll pick the Oracle or something and they're baiting them.
Yeah, could be.
Because they've actually never played it. Like, I wonder if they'll try like a 3 AA or something.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because because now the defenders aren't going to ban it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This would be, dude, if they end up like getting them with like a 4th or 5th pick Oracle or something, that'd be so funny.
All right. If they actually do that, I'm gonna completely abandon Latam defenders and I'm gonna join you guys in the EGOBOYS team. Like, if they actually went that far, for sure they're gonna get this game.
Wow, we'll see.
Well, we'll still welcome you back to the light, Bowie. It's okay.
Oh, thank you.
No.
It's always nice to.
Don't let him in.
done,
Have
Trent?
a safe space.
Yeah, no, he can't come in. He had his chance.
I'm done.
2-0 easy defenders. Never forget. Okay. don't let him in back so easily. You're too quick to forgive, Zyori.
Man, sorry. That's I was trying to embrace my inner Canadian, but I forgot. You guys have really strict immigration rules. So there you go.
I mean, honestly, I think Canada is better for immigrants than U.S., right?
It's just a different,
Different set of
Canada's
rules.
organized.
And our
Let's put it
next
that way.
band likely to come up here.
Okay, Luna gets taken out.
I still don't understand all the Luna
Oracle. What?
All right. They're not that giant
that
brain.
is really good. Because I'm gonna say, Hook played a lot of Sven in this last week. He actually played like 9 games of Sven. It would be really good to Darkseer, but they snatch it up. Very smart.
3 stuns. I like this a lot. That's a good way to counteract what the Darkseer wants to do. What's the weakness of Sven, though? I feel like he's not one of the stronger carries right now by virtue of how little he gets picked up.
Troll is always the big one, I think. And then like some of the illusion hero, like TB, I guess it can be like kind of annoying because he's like high armor, but I think Troll always stands
would
out.
actually be pretty effective against the illusion heroes, but it just doesn't really work that way in practice.
It is versus like PL, but it's not versus and like Naga, but it's not versus like
Ursa.
TB.
I think Ursa is really good on that list against Sven because you don't really get bursted and you don't care that he has a lot of armor. You just shred him anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm predicting maybe Dusa. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling a Dusa.
Interesting.
We'll see. But AA Sven, great combo. And again, as he said, great steal. The other problem that I see is that a lot of the heroes that really benefit from the Ion Shell, they like to see run around, don't feel that great versus Sven, like your spirits or whatever. And they're on the Ursa.
Oh.
Like,
this is good for so many reasons, right?
This is incredible.
It prevents certain carry picks here, specifically that Ursa, but it also combos really well with the Ancient Apparition. This is a really old school combo. You pop the Eveno ult, you pop that AA ult. It's a really easy way to force some shatters and turn the Poison Nova lethal, which ordinarily it is not.
It also lets you for the Tiny, because it's a ranged offlaner. Makes it easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Lots of good reasons here.
Wow, this is so good from EGOBOYS, guys.
Great draft.
All right, but any mid-Mars players on the defenders? No. Is that a little too basic? Because you guys could really use it right now, I think. Arena will be dope. Either that or you're going all out for a Void, because they're probably going to ban it. And Void's mostly magic damage. So you could try that right now.
I'm pretty okay with it. I think with the Phoenix specifically, that combo, maybe I'm overvaluing it because we saw a really good game or two earlier in the season, but it's just so easy. You don't have to aim. You just chrono, you egg. It's so much disable. It's so much damage.
I wouldn't want a PL.
Off of the void.
I wouldn't want a PA.
Okay.
This works too. It's squishy.
The best hero they had.
It's squishy, but it's mobile.
I mean, it's good because you can time lapse the AA out. You can.
But isn't Sven Eggs pretty good because you can just like chase the Weaver with Superman and he can't Shikuchi away? And then once you're on top of him, you can't really.
Yeah, but no one buys that anymore.
Shikuchi after the stun, you do this. Jeez, what's the word for it? You did disjointed. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So it's overall pretty good, I think.
Nobody buys eggs though. That's like
hero.
Not even a thing at all anymore.
Nah,
that's just
too
dead.
Expensive. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You just wait for third Roche and say, "Okay, guys, I'm Superman now."
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, I gotcha.
I mean, Weaver also attacks from pretty close, so he benefits from the Iron Shell. It's okay. And he will lane well versus Weaver, because I don't think there's any other hero that matches better versus Ven and also lanes okay versus Venomancer. So that's a good compromise.
Sand King, wow. All right.
No, that's cool. I like this. So now you can omit the tiny. What do you pick versus this? Do you co-op here if you're EGOBOYS?
They are definitely squishy enough that if you really want to queen, I think you could.
Yeah, they do have a Nyx, but besides that, I think it's a pretty decent co-op game.
Pocket is also still in, actually. It's a really good
That looks really good.
Oh, yeah, we're pocking. I mean, I don't care about Nyx at this point. Do I? I mean, if I get Dream Coil off, they're getting Ice Blasted and Venom.
It's too good. Darkseer, Bat Rider, Weaver, and Phoenix, four highly mobile heroes. Yeah, it's got to be. There you go.
GG.
Plus a silence for the Weaver also. Yeah, gents, I think EGOBOYS outdrafted here. I really do. I know we don't like to say that, like, oh, outdraft. It's the classic caster curse, but this is a really nasty lineup. Big damage, big team fight, great lanes, good mix of physical and magical, a lot of burst, a lot of damage over time. They've got options for days, man.
All right. Very easy game. 2-1 for Latam defenders. They're going to crush with this Bat Rider Surge Iron Shell combination. So much magic damage. Who's going to build a pipe there? Is this Venomancer going to build a pipe? If he does, he has no damage. He has no mobility. He's just a freaking snake. This is such an easy game for Latam defenders. I'm going all down with Latam here. Nanana's going to crush versus Puck. He has a much better hero in the Visage first time. Nyx Darkseer tried. It's a classic. We know Darkseer is one of the highest win rate heroes in the DPC right now. And it's a Cuckahook Weaver. He's going to be fine.
I appreciate your propensity to ride or die here, Bowie. A man of your words. I do respect it. I think you're horribly mistaken, but I'm beaming with respect.
Thank you.
It's a tough one to execute, for sure. I do not envy them on the side of the defenders, but we saw how well they performed in the first half of game number 1. If they can bring that same sort of energy and lane winning with these heroes, they might have a chance to run them over and maybe find the plays that they need. They run into some of the same problems later in terms of like taking towers and stuff, so hopefully they'll stall out a little bit better and wait for better pickoffs using their Bat Rider. But yeah, I definitely favor the EGOBOYS once again.
Some options to scale into the late game. The Cuckahook Weaver, he needs to pop off here. Let's see if he can do it. Gary, Theben, you guys are up. Some nasty team fight on EGOBOYS. Are we feeling like Latam defenders can keep up?
Yeah, I mean, I've figured out what I'm going to buy Bowie for his next birthday. He needs a new shovel after all the digging he's been doing. That hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. Going, yeah, 2-0 for them. Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, keep going, Bowie. We believe in you. What do you reckon? What do you reckon with these drafts, eh?
I don't think it's as big of an outdraft as you might think. I think this Nyx Darkseer. Oh boy. Goodbye.
That's first blood.
Mr. Moonlight. Yeah. You just walked up the high ground and died like that. Alright.
But is Valky dead as well? There's 5 seconds for another Stormhammer.
Yeah, he looks pretty dead to me.
Oh, he's juking.
He's looking pretty dead.
Yeah, he's absolutely dead. Well, yeah. Double kill for your mid laner.
Yep. cool.
He's got one
Yep.
and almost a bottle.
Nah, he
Bowie.
can just buy a null, I think, at this point, right? You don't need a bottle against Bat Rider. Just buy the null. Just start slapping him up. You know, this is a very hard lane too for Na. Puck versus Bat Rider.
Yeah, they're like against a ranged hero, and a ranged hero who can kind of dip away from. Wait, whoa, Moonlight. Okay, he gets away from the cold feet. Ooh, it's already looking like a bit of a spooky game for the Latam defenders, boys. So yeah, go on. The mid laner gets popped.
I don't know why there's a 2-man jungle invade from Latam defenders. Like when you do that, you have like 4 heroes there at least. But yeah, this time they just feed away 2 kills. But to be honest, what I really wanted to talk about was the Darkseer Nyx. Like this combo, we've been seeing quite a bit of it, and it's really potent. Like this lane, I do expect Kara to die maybe once or twice, and then the Darkseer to be getting a lot of good levels, because they shouldn't be able to win this lane as a Sven and Apparition.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of salves brought out by the AA as well, I guess. Just try and keep Rises as topped up as you can. We'll see Moonlight. They're going to drag that next wave coming out. As Darkseer, is he blocking out that large camp to stop any pulls from coming? Yeah. Make sure that there's no manipulation of the creeps there by the AA or the Sven. Actually, both camps now being blocked up. We'll have a little bit of calm in that bot lane for,
just gonna
for a
be
short while.
It's just gonna be farm trading there. I think the more interesting lane, it will be top, because you do got the Veno, who's very slow and can be gone on by the Weaver and the Phoenix. But right now we see Tano just trying to put a wave behind the tower, get his level 2 here. Angel is ready to soak up that experience. From the Radiant creeps that would be denied. And I think this does benefit Cockahawk and the Phoenix lane, because you just want to get your level 2 on the Phoenix and just jump Drakeel.
Go on, I mean, you might even the other night try and kill a Veno a couple of times early days, right?
Exactly, and that's why they picked the Weaver too. This is a hero that doesn't care about being slowed, so the Venomancer not gonna have too much impact in this lane. I also didn't really understand this Veno pick, to be fair, Gary. Like, what was the real purpose of this hero in the draft from everything else that was already picked?
Yeah, I felt like it really was just, like the panel said, the block pick against Ursa or some of these other carries that could deal with a Sven potentially. We'll see where he goes though.
Yeah.
He's very open. Oh, bottom lane. They're going on that Rises Sven, in fact. Iron Shell's there, but the cold feet. Snaps the Darkseer in place. Rises gets away because he got slowed down by the chilling touch. Moonlight can't take him down.
And mind you, this bottom lane, they did not really get much from those 2 kills, right? It was the Puck who benefited the most, because he got the 2 kills. Sven and Apparition, they both use spells. So they actually started the lane with less resources than they normally would. And they only got like maybe, I want to say 40 gold out of it.
That's a nice little courier snipe from Tano. And yeah, then equally, Bat Rider doing well against the Puck even after Alone got those kills.
He used the orb
aggressively.
Getting
Has the Waiting Rift. TP attempted. 7 stacks in napalm. Alone, he cancels the TP now with an orb ready again. He's got a very far and a bottle charge up. Alone survives. Tano trying to chase back Na. He's walked back in the fire. Alone. Careful, buddy. But now the Bat Rider's kind of stuck here.
Toss back.
Tano tosses him straight into the Puck. Very far out. Na. The orb and the damage. It is enough. That was a tightrope act, though, by Alone. My goodness.
They gotta kill the Veno right now. That's the only way to redeem yourself.
And they're trying.
A little late on the Shikuchi. Can he kill him, though? Nah. I think Cockahawk, Angel had the right play, but Cockahawk was not ready. He should have been already running towards that Venomancer as soon as they saw the tiny mid lane, and a missed opportunity top for the Latin defenders.
Oh man, it's just so close. The line between these two teams in these lanes, even with that 2-0 start, just wondering what could have been if they didn't lose those 2 heroes early on. A nice attempt there.
But to be fair though,
doesn't catch the
I do think Tano, he got that 1 kill, Ultra kill. He'll be gone on now with the level 4.
I should be able to get him this time, right? Yeah, toss it forward.
He's super dead.
Weaver under tower. Shikuchi's ready again. And I do find that Venomancer pick off.
What a combo, right? You got the bugs and then the fire spirits on top, so you can't even right-click the bugs.
Oh, yeah.
Because your attack speed is all taken away.
Especially if you're Tiny. Like, Tiny just doesn't attack.
Exactly. But yeah, what I want to say was, Alone, you know, they got the kill onto the Batrider, and he had to walk back to base, and you saw him earlier, he actually canceled his TP. So now he had to walk back to the mid lane. And not he was able to, like, catch right back up. Look at the difference in experience. It's not that much between these two heroes.
Yeah, it's dead close. Right, down at bottom, they have a go at Valky. Well, they'd already spent their stun. Don't get the cold feet going.
Yep.
Darkseer's got his
Check
bottle
the-
going as well.
Last hit charts looking pretty even. A little bit favoring Latin defenders, I would say, but net worth speaks another story with the Puck and the Sven ahead right now. I mean, I do believe at some point Sven's gonna have to farm up, and EGOBOYS, they're gonna be ran at by the Darkseer, Weaver, and the Batrider. So they need to really try to survive that situation. Rises.
Yeah, they missed
the
that.
stun.
Missed that impale.
So when a player, you know, when a hero doesn't get hit by the stun, right? Do you say, "Oh, this guy missed it," or the other person just sidestepped it?
Depends how I'm feeling,
give-
honestly.
Okay, all right.
It's probably about 50-50. They've got a coil top, though. You can't dodge that. Phoenix caught up inside that tiny puck rotation.
I guess if like the stun wasn't even close, then you can say he missed it, right?
Yeah.
But if it was like really close and you saw the other player moving as well at the same time, then you can give credit to them.
I think
That
it's
stun
also...
wasn't even close. It
No,
didn't even
he
look
missed it.
like, even if it was next to the Sven, like it would hit. So Kakahook, oh, instantly they canceled the salve, so they know there's a ward behind this tower. Yep,
There's
and
the
Angel's
sentry.
gonna get
Up
that
at the orb.
ward. Oh, Kakahook!
Alone, he's got
no
one
mana.
charge.
No
He doesn't
mana.
have Waning Rift. He can't stop
Wait,
that
he's just
Weaver.
dead.
Now the TP in from the Batrider or Alone.
Alone
in
done
so
goof.
much trouble. He is
He
too
messed
deep
up
with a
big
DD bat
time.
arriving. There's no backup. Yeah, he's just completely stuck there. That's a missed stun. An orb over to the trees. Puck there. Down. Not finds it.
Wow. I mean, he went for it, but I'm sure he was looking at his status bar. He's like, yeah, well, I got one orb mana. I can't silence or anything. But he still went for it. So I think Alone really throwing that away. He was 3-0. This Batrider just got 321 gold for it.
Yeah, really overplaying. And now Tiny.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
think
gonna be able
Nana
to-
just checking if there's any stacks there in the jungle. There's also a ward already there from his team, so just gonna go right back to the mid lane.
So yeah, that mid-game timing you were mentioning with this massive amount of literal movement speed. Batrider, Weaver, Darkseer next. They're going to be running at them. Are there any key items you want first? You know, the Bat Boots of Travel, Darkseer with...
Top lane, Drakeo.
Oh, God,
Goodbye.
yeah.
No,
TP
TP
out.
out. You gotta make it.
I mean, Angel's also dying here.
Angel.
He's trying to TP
he's
home
TP'd out
in the Sunray, so he's in Fountain too.
Yeah. You get a TP, right? If you get denied by your teammate. So
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you should. So I think maybe it was better if Kakahook just denied him, so you get a free TP, free trip back to base. Now you have 2 TPs instead of having 0.
That's a good question. We should try and test that. I know there's been a couple of bugs with that, like Meepo clones when they die don't give your main hero TP. Well, that was around for a while. And here comes an important smoke from Latam defenders. Nana wants that money towards Boots of Travel. They've got this Nyx up at level 4. And if they can spot out this puck, if Alone uses that orb again offensively, or in fact, just go with the lasso straight on top of him. Chain stunned and Alone, 2 deaths in quick succession. Can't even
Spike
wait Rift
Carapace.
out thanks to the Spike Carapace.
Yep.
And bottom lane, they dropped the wall onto Kara. Valky doesn't vacuum him back. Didn't actually get the wall onto the AA either, and this is a level 6 Kara now. Turns with the Ice Blast, Rises has a stun, they vacuum them in under the Iron Shell, but Rises helps out his Ancient Apparition to give Valky the tip.
Well, that's a little bit of an aggressive dive, especially with your team just killing off the puck in the mid lane. No one would have been able to come there to help you. Rises feels so good though. He's level 8. He's a very high leveled carry hero who hasn't even gone to the jungle yet. But they can get a kill on him.
They could
You see a
try.
Phoenix here. Nah, there's not enough heroes. Batrider's probably gonna get his shit on here. Yep, Coil. He's super dead.
He's even playing under his own vision now. Like, there's Dollar Observer spotting this all out. Angel picked off by Tano's Tiny too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, they literally fought. Phoenix was like away from his vision and gets caught up. But look at the wards of Dire. This is some crazy stuff going on right here. There's like 4 wards in this triangle-ish area, mid area, the other jungle camp area. Like, you can see what Latin defenders' goals are in this game, where they want to
Find
be
the
able
Sven.
to occupy. Yep. But they gotta get rid of these towers first, though, to be able to like go there and be effective.
Well, Tano's got surrounded bottom. He nearly blows. Well, he does actually finish off the Nyx. Yeah, he blows him up with a tombo. Kara's there.
Yeah, Kara's
to
already
get the
7.
finish.
Level 7, eh?
He's huge and rises with his god strength. Stormham and Drakeel with that nice little gale catches out Valky. Yeah, it's just every trade, every move Latam defenders make is responded in kind plus some by the Ego Boys.
Well, you're gonna have the Vendetta now ready on the Nyx Assassin. I mean, the Apparition is very high level right now, but the problem is he gets kind of hard countered by Weaver and Nyx, right? You got the Spike Carapace that can work against you,
Oh, lasso
and then you also have the Weaver.
Poison Nova's out onto them. This could be big. I
stick.
see the Ice Blast flying out under the coil. I mean, the Ice Blast isn't even going to land. The combo doesn't come to fruition because Tano's there with a double kill thanks to that opening from Alone.
They keep being outnumbered on the map here, Gary. You just bring a Nyx and a Batrider only to bottom lane? Like, where's your Weaver at? Where is your Darkseer at? You know, you gotta wait if they're not available.
Luckily for Angel, he can dive away from that
And they take
initiation
mid
mid.
as well.
But yeah, they
Oh,
get the
wow.
tower. Now,
You know,
Ryze is-
EGOBOYS lineup, this is not the lineup that's supposed to be taking your towers first, if you're Latin defenders.
Oh, yeah, no, it's trying to defend in this mid lane. Tombo's there,
Alone.
under the Ice Vortex. Ice Blast, Stormhammer, straight onto the Batrider. He's just being cleaved in twain. He's going to die here, isn't he? Oh, it's going to be close. Alone does get picked off by Cuckahook, though, as the rest of them converge on that Puck's location. Batrider survives. Boots of travel movement speed allows him to slip away from that mid lane.
Okay, a little bit of a win here. I mean, they do lose the mid tower, though. Puck actually used the orb going after the Phoenix, but the Weaver on Cuckahook, he was standing right there on that hill, so he got swarmed and just destroyed on that Puck. He also didn't have that much mana to work with either, once again. I'm beginning to feel like Alone is not that comfortable on this Puck today. I mean, I have seen him play Puck before, but something feels a little bit off, or maybe he's just overestimating his powers.
Yeah, he's like pushing the limits just that little bit too far, it feels like.
Yeah.
Right, I've been wanting to ask you, Sven's item build. We saw Costabile do this recently, right? Going for the Mom plus Echo. How do you feel about it this game?
So this game, he's the only hard carry, and everybody else is kind of utility role, and they're gonna be ready to fight. That game when Costabile did it, he had an Enigma on his team, and that was like a super greedy hero too, right?
Yeah.
And they had to like just have a BKB on the Sven. I feel like this Sven is overly farmed already, plus he's the only carry, so he's gonna have plenty of space just to get to his next items.
So it gives him that accelerant.
Yeah,
Making
he
the
doesn't
big
need
boss.
to be there to fight with his team. Where if you have an Enigma on your team, then you kind of need your Sven to be active a little bit earlier, or the Sven might not be getting as much farm because of this Enigma.
Batrider has slipped away from that smoke gank of EGOBOYS. Nyx Assassin scouting out the Sven back in the triangle. So a lot of good information here being gathered up by the Latam defenders, as they are trying
Not coiled.
to give a bit of room mid, but that coil Ice Blast, Moonlight's there with a Carapace stun. And they'll get the Batrider out. plus Ice Blast. It looks like he's going to survive yet again. While down bottom, Tano tosses the Darkseer away. Tier 1 under a bit of pressure, but Drakeel's there with a Gale, has the backup of his Tiny, the TP stopped by the Avalanche. Valky dead for the 4th time this game. Darkseer
That's a
having some
crazy
real
fast
struggles.
Blink Dagger on the Tiny Gary.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest highlight of all of that. It's like, what? Where did Tiny find a Blink?
Dire's bottom tower is under
What's he at? He's 5-1 and 3. Yeah, he's been getting all these. He's got a couple of double kills, hasn't he? In a couple of these fights.
Yeah. I mean, having like a 13-minute Blink Dagger on your position for Tiny, his item build is pretty much complete already. And he's got
throwing like
both
a-
his skills maxed out.
Just throwing like a raindrops or something. He's like super happy. Silence onto Na. Turned on with the damage over time of this Venomancer. Sunrage tried to heal up the Batrider with some bottle charges. Can Drakeel get those Plague Wards forward to finish him off? It looks like he can, and they get the Supernova too. Tossed up by Tano with an Ice Blast catching them. The 2 bugs being splattered. Cockhook's got to turn and run. Well, Valky, he's come back down here to try and fight with his team, but they've all dropped before he had a chance to cast any spells. Now the time lapse. Cockhook gets away from the toss play of Tano. has one more Shikuchi under a sentry wall. They have a bit of vision there on him. He's
Oh,
dusted,
he's
in
dead.
fact, and they toss Drakeel right on his head. The damage over time is going to take him down.
Ultra
Drakeel
kill.
comes out with an ultra kill.
Well, that was unexpected. Drakeel making a nice comeback into this game. With that, I mean, Latam defenders, especially Nana, he just went in there. Like, what was he thinking was gonna happen against this Hood Venomancer? And now he's super low. His team is just coming in one by one, trying to save him. Look at this defensive Phoenix Sunray into an egg in front of like 4 heroes. Like, guys, stop hitting my Batrider. And then it's just a complete disaster of a team fight. You just had like 3 heroes dying or die because you're just trying to save a Bat who just fucked up.
Yeah, it feels like they're missing, I don't know, cohesion. Someone making the shot calls, missing out on something this game. Like, Darkseer is in his own jungle. He's trying to farm his items, you know, towards a Hood. He's got his double nulls, he's got bottle arcanes, but he doesn't have anything that's actually going to win them a team fight or help them sustain. And no mech, no way towards Aghanims.
They need to be able to initiate the team fights. That's their problem right now on Latam defenders. Everything they've been doing so far has been completely reactionary. You saw all those early aggressive wards they had. It's done nothing, right? I would say those wards might have been a little too aggressive because they didn't save any of those wards to be able to take the tier 1 towers first. And that's the problem with Latam defenders. They gotta take these tier 1s to open up the map, and then you can make those aggressive moves. So now they're like super far behind. Rise is just having the time of his life.
Oh, yeah.
Just hitting creeps all day.
He's found the Batrider here. They don't have coil. Bat's going to come over the trees, lassos the puck. Stormhammer trying to disengage from this. The Sunray, a Supernova. And it is back there in the trees.
Alone?
Next Assassin hunting and onto Alone, and a stun catching Sven as well. And they've got the 2 cores trapped up in the vacuum wall. And this time they bring the numbers. Tano with Avalanche Toss, he brings them low, but there's no AA, there's no Veno here.
There you have it. You've called it. They bring the numbers. That's the name of the game. You know, Dota is a 5v5 game. You better bring more than your opponent. That's just 2 cores trying to make a play, trying to make a cute play, and just get completely punished. Plus, that was Latam defenders making that initial, you know, movement, right? Drakeel's like a snail. He can't really go there. The other heroes were still lagging behind as well. And you know how much gold they just lost? 3,000. Like, or that's how much ground Latam defenders were able to cover.
Oh, this Weaver
He's got an ulti,
under
though.
the Shikuchi. Yeah, he does. And he turns with a swarm and a bit of damage onto Alone. The stun not landing, and they kill him off. No time to time
Well
lapse. And
played.
now Moonlight have vacuumed back Alone, so Valky at least gets that trade out. Weaver for the puck.
Is that worth it? Alone just
don't
keeps
know.
dying. He's got 6 deaths on this puck. Okay, if they can
insane.
get Valky as well, then it's worth it. But
They
it
won't.
looks like he just completely broke Sven's ankles.
Tiny gives it a shot. But yeah, coming back to the
he's
point you
like-
made about the wards,
he is.
like Batrider, it feels like is in kind of a weird place right now where you need Boots of Travel and BKB. And I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
like, those wards, maybe he felt like he wanted to play aggressively just with bots, but then he couldn't farm to BKB, and now he's given up these timings.
Right. I think they just had to like use some smokes earlier on to give themselves some tempo, right? And then you gotta take towers off of that, and then utilize those wards. Like, those wards are nice to get people who are farming in the jungle, but EGOBOYS just sat in the lanes. There's nobody in the jungle because you're not pushing the lanes.
Yeah, the defender's going to have 2 modes. Play as 5-man, or spread the map super wide. Puck, what are we up to now? Witchblade into BKB, big fan of that. TP's back up towards top, and they've got vision there that scouts out the Darkseer. So they bring in, what, Tano, Kara, and Drakeel, closing onto that dire jungle, and they know exactly where the Darkseer is. Orb in towards them, coil and ice blast. He throws the wall as a last dying breath move. And Valky is surely dead, even through his hood.
Okay, let's see if they can take this mid tower from all
look
that.
at them.
Nope, they're not going
They're
for it.
smoking.
They're pressuring bottom though. And they're ready to TP top with the Weaver. No, they're not ready to TP top with the Weaver. He's got 12 more seconds cooldown. So it doesn't really look like they're going to do anything with this play.
I should have just pushed mid.
Oh, Rises. Hold on.
He's very tanky.
Hold on. Yeah, he's very tanky. Okay, 2,600 HP plus the magic resist thanks to the Vambrace. Yeah, it's a little too much.
He's got S&Y done now.
Radiant's bottom tower
20 minutes
is
in,
under attack.
10k net worth. Good spot to be in. And we did get that pipe up on Drakeel as well. So we've got drums Tiny very soon. Pipe on Drakeel. Didn't opt to go for like the Spirit Vessel. Just that straight urn. As they, mid lane Yules. Catching out the Tano Tiny. Burning with a Sun Ray, but he's got Avalanche, Toss. Doesn't land it on the Phoenix. So Angel dives away from the Ice Blast. Puck's still thinking about the jump forward. Very aggressive. Supernova out there. And they turn on him.
He got the
Impale
stun.
onto it alone. He's in trouble now. He's got a coil in 2 seconds, but he's lassoed up. Cookhook arrives. And the Latam defenders, yet again, they bring the numbers. 5 heroes mid, while the Ego Boys, I don't know, they're like taking the leaf from the wrong book. A good avalanche in. Tiny makes the jump. They've dropped them low, and Sven, a double kill with a double tap out of that Ango Saber. Oh, man. He just slaps him down, doesn't he?
Phoenix just like dove right back into the cleave of the Sven and just died. I mean, that was a really nice egg though from the Phoenix before the silence of Alone came out, which caught Alone off guard. Like, that's how they were able to kill him. But I would say these trades, they're okay for Latin defenders. The problem here is losing this Roshan. Valky drops the wall. Oh, that's a nice wall.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's going to try to defend this.
That is
Yeah,
going to delay
can't keep-
things quite a bit. That illusion of Venomancer is always going to be annoying. Because it's got that max out poison sting on it.
Super irritating.
Tower is under
And they've all
attack.
respawned. So they're ready to go
Yeah.
back in this. No Supernova, no wall, of course. So without these ultis,
BKB
it
on the
might be-
Weaver now too.
Might be a little difficult. Like the Radiant team, they're going to have the majority of their spells back up. Or at least the important ones they need to win a team fight. Coil, Avalanche Toss,
Radiant
Ice
are
Blast.
scanning.
All it takes is 1 kill. And we're looking at the buyback status. Literally nobody in this game has buyback right now. So 1 kill could just give you Roshan straight up. Moonlight under that Vendetta. There's a couple of Radiant sentries around the pit. So he's got to be very careful of his maneuver.
Alone?
Tano, he's the first point of contact. Ice Blast flies over their heads. They've still got to have a toss, try and hold them on the high ground while Rises grabs the Aegis. This is all they wanted. Losing a couple of supports here, not a big deal for the Ego Boys as the Sven moves in. They toss the Nyx back. Rises, retreats. A double kill for Cockhook. Losing out that
Drakeel
Aegis,
is
though,
in
as
trouble.
Drakeel,
There's
he's
the
forced to
lasso.
poison Nova. They're going to get more. I mean, the Puck's died as well. Carapace and Impale. If it was just the 2 supports, then sure it's worth it, but they get 4.
That's the problem though. If you lose your supports, then you're like trying to run away, and Latin defenders can just keep running at you. You're not turning around dealing any damage. I think the fact that Tiny and Apparition were in that position to die anyway was a huge mistake on their end. And now, even though you did get the Aegis on Sven, you've lost a huge chunk of your map. You lost mid tower, you lose top tower, you lost 4
Radiant structures
deaths, and
fortified.
100% was not worth it. This is the first Roshan, Gary.
Radiant's
I
top
think
tower has fallen.
Ego Boys may have just screwed up big time.
Yeah, they've handed over. They've just handed over so much to them. Like,
There's
what-
also
this
2
Weaver-
BKBs online for
Exactly.
Latin defenders too, so they can take team fights now. Darkseer going for a blink next. He's already got that pipe, so this pipe also mitigates the damage of 4 out of 5 of Ego Boys heroes. Spike Carapace on this puck. Here we go. Watch this. Sneaky,
He's gonna
sneaky.
orb.
Oh, he can't catch
Carapace.
the orb.
Oh,
he
it's
can't
close
catch the
though.
orb.
He still finds the puck
He's
though.
still
That
dead.
mana burn, level 4 mana burn slaughters that alone puck. They get the dust. The avalanche toss sends Cookhook back. Well, the
Apparition
ancient
again.
apparition's all caught up. The Nyx assassin with his carapace plays a Yules again. Nice dodge on the storm hammer with the BKB. They clear through the AA. Big hits from the Sven, but the supernova will zone him back.
Strength used. They want to go back in there.
Tano, they cancel the TP. And there's Rises, still with the God Strength going. Gale onto Valky. Cleave onto Moonlight as well, through the back of him. He yules up the Sven. He doesn't have mana to TP, but he's got some stick charges, though. He could slip away from this. What stuns do they have? There's a toss ready. He blinks in and he finds him. Tano, thanks to that Plague Ward vision given by Drakeel. All right, similar to
yeah,
game 1,
these
isn't it? This back and forth is insane.
Yeah, at least this time around, Eagle Boys, Rises, he was able to get something done with that God Strength thanks to the Tiny just being able to toss back there. But again, it still doesn't feel too good. You know, you're just playing on your side of the map. You need to get out. You need to get more aggressive kills that lead to tier 2 towers.
Try and finish off the Phoenix.
Yeah, this
nice
tower
pick
top
off
lane.
there.
It's gonna be the opening here, I think, for EGOBOYS.
Sven with a BKB just delivered as well. Alone. Well,
That's his 10th death, by the way.
He was
10
all alone in the mid lane.
Yeah, he was. Okay, let's play a game. How many deaths is Alone gonna end with this game on a puck, on a position 2 puck, by the way?
It's gonna be like 15 or something, isn't it?
You think 15?
Does he
5
have-
more?
wait,
That's all. Okay.
he doesn't have BKB, right? He went Witchblade, Blink. Eon Disc is queued up next.
I mean, 20 deaths on a puck, that must be a record. So it's definitely not gonna be like 20, right? It's probably gonna be somewhere around 15 or 16, I think, as well.
Yeah. That's what I reckon. But he really is just being like hard countered by vacuums, carapace, impale.
I don't know about being hard countered. I think he's putting himself in a position to be hard countered. You know,
I'm not
in these
saying
kind of
that. I'm not saying the hero is being hard. I'm saying like the way Alone is playing, he's being hard countered because he's using all the spells aggressively, and they're just being turned on. There's a Supernova forced out in that top jungle. Yule's catching the Darks here with a cold feed on him, so that's gonna freeze him in place. While Rises, Flame Break pushes him back. He's still got BKB to play with, but the vacuum onto the
he's
high
clipped.
ground. He's stuck now. Rises, his Aegis
And
is
he's
gonna.
goshed it already.
It's gonna be played out, yeah. His God Strength's been wasted completely. Drakil's battling with Moonlight. He's gonna pick off Valky. Kara's down, but the next is back.
BKB out.
Hook, BKB Weaver, straight onto the Venomancer, trying to TP home. No, with a Flame Break, and the
they
damage
got
over time is enough to kill him. And they've still got this Sven trapped on the high ground. BKB TP from Rises, but what a disaster for the EGOBOYS. Tano's now stuck here. That vacuum onto the high ground play, beautifully done by Valky.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for that, the Sven's just gonna delete everybody in this fight. But because he got clipped, he gets RTZ'd. You know, he just sits there the whole time. And here it is. We can see it on the replay. That was a really nice Nova because of the silence and the coil. You know, A ulti coming out, get the good vacuum right before the Darkseer dies, and he can't get down. Right, the only way he can get down is if Tiny goes in and tosses him. But he's also dying on this cliff. He doesn't want to pop his BKB and just sit there, because then when he dies, he can't BKB TPL. And when the Tiny does arrive, he actually tosses the illusion. Look at this.
Yes.
He tossed the illusion.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe. I mean, he's just fortunate Nana didn't have lasso for him on the Sven.
Oh man. And they've walked into this triangle again. Like Alone is just burst down to within an inch of his life. He's gonna jump away. Orb, Yule Scepter up. They've caught the puck
yes,
again.
no.
Stun's being held here by the next
he's
assassin.
looking
He's
pretty
got,
dead.
the blink out.
But
Somehow
you can see him though. They can
evades
see him.
away from danger, but the lasso, yeah, Nana catches him at the very end. So what are we now? 11 deaths for the puck. Latam defenders do still have to contend and worry about this Sven though. Rises decides it's not a fight worth taking. I mean, really, this Moonlight Nyx has just been dictating every fight. He surged forward with the Iron Shells. He started off. Well, Tiny tries to combo him, but he's reasonably tanky. Tano's now the one in danger. Vacuum with a wall onto the Sven, who's got strength up. He claps down onto Moonlight, but he's got to run. That's a God Strength BKB to run away. And Tano being zapped by the lightning of Cookhook. Down he goes.
Yeah, they don't have the puck to lock these heroes down as well right now. And
Oh, that's a good pick though.
Yeah, Rises comes back around.
The blink Sven.
That's where he was running to wrap around on them. Well, let's just hope Sven doesn't rise onto a cliff again.
Way up. They've got BKB
up,
Weaver.
up.
He's also got a time lapse. Yeah, he just turns on them. Kara dead. Drakil with Rises. Can't keep chasing them. Very speedy,
Fair
elusive
enough.
heroes
Boss
with a dive back. The Shikuchi.
They can still fight though on Latin defenders, where EGOBOYS, you know, they always have to wait for this Sven Goshen to be back up.
He's buying an Orchid.
Yeah,
He's
he just
disassembled his
split up
Echo.
Exactly. That's weird though, right? Because you disassemble your Echo now, but then you've already bought Sanjan Yasha and BKB.
Yeah, I guess you buy an Ags later on, maybe. It's like the only thing you can really do with it, isn't it?
Yeah. Or buy back the Echo, but that would be bad. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not.
That's a
You
bit.
want another item.
It kind of gets slot redundant there.
And there's also the Mask of Madness, right? You could have used a quarterstaff to make into your Orchid as well.
Yeah, it's getting a bit wonky.
Wait, what did he do with his axe? Where is it?
I-
Is it gone? Oh, it's on the courier.
It's on the
Okay.
courier, I think. Yeah. Like, I don't think you should sell it. I think you just keep it. See, 50 minutes in, buy an Ang's Blessing or something for yourself.
Yeah. Well, the Roshan we'll see now when it's up. It's 1 minute 40 seconds. This one has a shard on it. Very important. Sven's shard is really good. Applies a dispel on the enemy.
Oh, they've
for
got the high
stun
ground.
hammer.
They've got the jump stun on the Veno. They're trying to find the Sven who early
Egg.
BKB'd. He's got God Strength and the Blink Dagger, but Supernova is expended. Now, EGOBOYS, they've managed to reset away from that. So the jump in not working out. Fast BKB there from the Weaver, so they couldn't jump stun, and he just turns, hits in with some crits from that Chrysalis onto Kara. Does have buyback on the AA if they want to spend it. There's 3 heroes. They're all crowded up there, being burnt by the Sunray. Now, Puck with no coil. Doesn't really want to jump back in. I mean, Sven, though, he will. Absolutely. Slices through Moonlight and Valky. Now this is what, 50 seconds before Roshan
Counter-hug is
spawns the
silenced.
Waning Rift, the
He's
silence on the
super dead,
Weaver, the
isn't
damage
he?
from the Sven. Can he Shiguchi? No, he can't. Rises, cleaves through them in a streak, which was godlike. Cook-a-hook, he gets done for.
Big,
Go scout
very
Roshan,
big
push out these
places.
lanes.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Latin defenders right now, you got to be very careful with how you initiate and disengage. Sure, the Sven uses BKB went out, but you also spent your Supernova, which is not a bad idea, right? Supernova when the Sven pops his BKB, but you're gonna have to like make them run into you. You gotta kite your opponents because that's what's been working out for Latin defenders. And this time around, that Weaver dying with this godlike streak. He's also realized that he needs damage. He's going for the Daedalus next. Like, his build so far has been good, but the Sven is just feeling a little too tanky with that war cry. Also,
so Sven-
I can't believe he went for the level 20 movement speed talent in this game.
Over the armor?
Yeah, over the armor against these bugs. These Weaver swarm and, you know, you can literally
wall
make
illusions?
this Weaver tickle you. Yeah?
He did sell the axe, by the way, and he bought out a full Bloodthorn there.
Are scanning.
Okay. Maybe he's counting on Roshan to give him mags later, but right now he's gonna get the shard. This is gonna allow him to dispel the surge, which is huge, like absolutely huge. To
Yeah,
dispel
it's massive for
surge.
them. Even like a self-heals out for the Nyx Assassin maybe as well. There's some options there. Well, yeah, second Roshan going to EGOBOYS, grab up the outpost.
Yeah.
But we know even with Aegis that this Sven can be outplayed. Lassos,
Yeah.
vacuums, these high ground pillars.
And then the Supernova also makes him run away because he can't just stand there and right-click the egg.
They'll have a halberd on that Phoenix soon too. Sven,
Silence.
straight onto him. And there's that Bloodthorn coming into play.
can egg
Spider
here.
legs, the Supernova comes out. Rises has to focus it. That's his Aegis.
Oh, this
just
is huge.
gone. That's massive for them. The Supernova's even going to land. Hey,
got
what does
lasso
Sven do
too.
now? They've got a coil catching at the Weaver. He's got BKB time lapse, so not a big bother there for Cook-a-hook. He turns back on Drakeel. They've lasted up the Sven. Rises in trouble. The avalanche, the toss. Tano comes in, tries to save up Rises, who whacks into Cook-a-hook and the Weaver. He's blown up. Didn't have the backup of his squad. And the Lamb defenders, they've got to disengage from this, but they just can't. They jump in from the tiniest Sven with these blink daggers, the puck as well. The gap closes there. The EGOBOYS take that second Roshan and they push it as hard as they can.
Okay, here's a lesson, alright? You got the hero, you know, he's Goshen's on cooldown, you got Lasso, right? But they tunnel vision so hard for the Sven that they forgot there's 4 other heroes on EGOBOYS just pummeling into them while they're waiting for the Sven to revive. Right? There's a Puck, an A, a Venomancer all hitting your Weaver, and you're gonna try to go all in onto the Sven who's got 3000 plus HP. So, a little bit of a awkward play there from Latin defenders. I mean, they just felt like, oh, we can kill this Sven, right? We can burst him again, but he clicked his BKB this time.
It feels like a bit of an anticlimactic ending to this game. You know, 30 minutes after game 1, 30 minutes of absolute nonsense bouncing between these two teams. There you go, boys. They figure, hang on, we just get ourselves that second Roshan, go end the game. 2 lanes of
20 more
barracks for them.
I mean, this Sven's net worth is just absurd right now.
They skyrocketed.
He's got 10k over the Weaver at this point.
Dyer's top barracks
some of that
Also-
gold coming for free from the Aghanim shard. Also,
Alone hasn't died in like 5 minutes, by the way.
oh yeah, he's turned it on. You know, he's like, okay, guys, maybe I should actually click my spells and not go too deep.
Dire's top barracks
I'll just
are
let you
under
guys do all the damage for me, and then things have turned out
Where's that?
better for him.
Yeah, so it was about 30 minutes in he died. It's been a good 4 or 5 minutes since he's
Yeah.
held on. And he's got Lincoln Sphere now, holding a cheese. So I don't know if we'll hit that magic number 15 or 16. Definitely not 20 like production was trying to claim. Well, Squadron of Couriers coming out now. We've got ourselves a Swift Blink recipe on the Sven. He's got enough money for the Eagle Song. And Moonlight, well, he had to turn, stun and blink. The 4-man back in. They've got no stun follow-up. It's just a lasso catching out Rise's
Done
Sven. And he goes
Sven.
BKB off in time. Oh, he's still
He's
going to
dead.
die, though. Gold Strength BKB down, and they move on to Drakeel. Tano's got a toss, another avalanche in a sec. The Supernova doesn't connect on anybody, but they've got the carapace. Drakeel drops the gem. They get the lane of
And here,
barracks
Gary,
mid. Most of it
You
top.
thought this game was over. It ain't even close.
But Alone didn't die.
Yeah, he did not. I mean, he's split pushing. He's doing the right plays right now, right? Just cutting the waves. You just have to wait till the Sven's back alive again. Play for the next Roshan. The tier 2 tower bottom is still up.
Dire's
So
top
this game is far from being over. And he's going for a split
Coil and
blink.
no. Can you do this Alone? He's giving it a good old shot there, and he's forcing TPs back at the very least.
Yeah.
We finished off that full set of barracks top. Oh, but man, these vacuum plays, you can just feel it. Next time, they're going to have that 4-man vacuum into an impale. As Nyx Assassin trying to toy with the puck here, but Alone just stands his ground and finds the kill. Grabs
Got
the
the
gem back up as well. Well, it's still on the floor there. The BKB from the Batrider is required just to be able to survive this. The right clicks pummeling into him. None at all the vacuum. Oh, it's the puck that's on the high ground. That doesn't matter so much. And now they're bleeding out. They've come in. The Save Your Buddy syndrome in full effect. There's a gem
And the
still out
Weaver's
on the
not
floor
even
there.
here.
Yeah, and Weaver's miles away.
Batrider, he went in. He's like, oh, I gotta pick up this gem. You know, it takes him like 5 seconds to drop his item to pick up the gem, and then he just gets hit the whole time.
There's no buyback for him. Alone. Fountain diving. Kara's being hounded by the Weaver of Cuckahook. Time-lapse back to get away from the cold feet. Kara looking pretty dead. Drops the gem. Weaver's going to be able to grab it up. Yep, swaps the wand out. TP home. Your base under attack, though.
I swear Alone has been in this base
Yes.
since like the time the Sven has died.
Yep. Pretty
He's
much.
got a cheese, so he's okay, even if he looks low on mana.
Radiant's
Still has the bug on him.
kill.
Has to clear out
He's
that
just
while
playing with
Cuckahook
them.
chases. Yeah, he's going to be able to blink away. He's got Lincoln Sphere. He's not worried about anything. And now there is just one place that Ego Boys want and need to play into. That's the bottom lane. They want to try and get those mega creeps going.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kind of plays into the defender's hands, though. You know, that whole supernova vacuum impale. If they're all
And
in one
the
spot.
lasso on the Sven.
Yeah.
Dire's
Yeah,
bottom tower
I think
is under attack.
Drakeel, he has to be quick with that Lotus Orb onto the Sven.
Well, Moonlight starts it off onto Tano. He's got himself a 4
Got a
staff down to the
BKB.
low ground and a BKB. Yeah, the Yule's into the air. Cycloning up the Nyx and the Tiny as Drakeel's being focused, slowed by the Skadi. Weaver, he's right on top of the Venomancer. Stunned up again by the Nyx Assassin. They've lassoed Tano as well. Tries his one last ditch effort
Oh,
to
hey.
avalanche and toss, but a Supernova. And well, that'll secure a team fight.
Okay, well, I guess Ego Boys have a small opening. When their 2 heroes are up, the Supernova will still be down. But it doesn't feel good losing heroes like this, Gary. I mean, Latin defenders can get a Roshan out of it, but still, you're just kind of alone.
Oh,
Oh,
snap of
Ags.
the coil with the Aghanims.
The Ags.
And he's got a DD rune that he's just picked
Sven's
up
on
as
the way.
well. It's a solo kill onto Nana. Sven makes the jump onto the Weaver, the silence. Oh, he's still got BKB Satanic here for Cuckahook. Yules with a cold feed on him as Moonlight trying to dance with Alone. Cuckahook, there's the BKB going. He'll have
And
to
up on Rises.
sprint away from Rises, though. Turning with a vacuum. 2 men caught up in it.
Rises.
Mascomana's ready for Rises
Not like
Sven. His
this.
BKB wearing off in a second. Moonlight makes the jump. He's life stealing off the back of it. Rises. He just turns and hits them. Alone's also come back into play as well. The Lotus
Big
Orb, the Lincoln
Lotus.
Sphere rises. He's dead. Finally, they pick up the Sven, but Alone, the true carry, returns to battle. Kara gets him an ultra kill. Alone's wanting the rampage now. One final kill. No is up on the high ground. They can't chase him, so they won't have it. Or will they? Or will they? Alone, you've been playing like this all game. You've not died in 5-6 minutes. Come on, don't throw it away like this. I think the rampage time is probably worn out by now as well. No. He's gonna keep stacking up napalms and he's dead. No, last 1,400 gold for the bat.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh, I hope Alone loses this game because after that play he deserves to lose this game. You know, there's no way that was a legit play. Like, there's 0% chance that was a legit play. Whatever he just did.
He's probably saying, Kara, if only you'd followed me. If only my ancient apparition had followed me as a puck with blink and orb.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, I think he's just trying to make your wish come true, Gary. 15
15.
deaths.
They've got Lasso and Drakeel. When you said it, the game's not over, right? It's not over till the throne falls. But not with
5
no
more seconds for
BKB bottom.
BKB.
He's replicating his counterpart.
Okay.
Oh, man. Dead for 2 minutes.
I mean, this time Kara was there, right? This time Kara was there. There you go. I mean, he had 10 seconds left on his BKB, jumped the Venomancer a little too early and got completely punished for it. But he didn't really see the other heroes either, right? So, very awkward. 100 seconds is a long time to be dead at this stage in the game. That's going to be your tier 2 falling here.
It's going to be Cookhook saying, why? Why have you done this to me? Now everything's on my shoulders. Who even has buyback at this point? Like all of the Radiant heroes? No Bat, no Darkseer. Weaver has it now. Just got the money for it, and the 2 supports do as well.
I mean, that Batrider death just kind of sealed the deal here, right? Like, Valky, if he gets jumped before he can wall combo, that's what they're looking to do right now.
And Sven has Lotus plus Lincoln's being put on him by his teammates as well. Now Yule's the Sven, try and delay this one as best they can. He BKBs. Straight on to Cookhook with a stun. The chain disables, but he's BKB'd and Satanic Dart. With the time lapse, he's full HP again. And the vacuum, it drags them all into the wall. The Impale
Weaver
only connecting onto Drakeel. Yeah, Weaver snapped up, but they found the Nyx Assassin who does buy back. And Cookhook looks like he's fine to hold the high ground still. The Ego Boys spend a decent amount there, but the puck jumping in, they want the Phoenix, catch him with a Tombow. Tano doesn't get the job finished. Angel's still alive. Dives away, super long range. Another Yule's under the Sven, whose God Strength has just ended. Look at this Lotus Orb play as well. Everyone's being cyclone sent skywards.
Oh,
But Kara dead and stuck on the high ground. The hold from the Latam defenders. 20 seconds now for their Batrider to respawn, and they only lose a tier 3.
That's insane.
And Roshan's just respawned.
Yeah.
Alone? Oh, whoa, alone? Okay, we're good. We're good.
This guy, I mean, he's got an A on this time, so kind of bailed him out. But this Roshan spawning right now and Kara being dead for 60 more seconds, there's an opportunity here. Definitely. Go out, try to find a kill. Maybe force a buyback from the apparition.
Force something. You can't just sit on your laurels and wait for the Ego Boys to come to your base again. And once more, this Nyx Assassin. He's moved up to the high ground. Sven, he's holding onto his BKB. God Strength in 10 seconds. They turn on the puck and they're blowing up Alone. He's gone for 100. They've lassoed the Tiny through his BKB. It's a good Ice Blast arriving now. The Sven, where is he? He's not jumping. He's not making a move. They buy back out on Kara and they try to hold down his fight. And Nana does get burst down as Sven jumps into the back lines, cleaving them all. A double for Rises. Blink back up in 5. The Swift Blink ready, but yeah, you're right. There's only, what, 1 buyback on the Phoenix. Darkseer doesn't have money for it. Weaver doesn't have money for it. And Sven, well, a Stormhammer Lotus bounces it back. Vacuum into the wall again. Rises, dying to this Weaver. The bloody physical damage is substantial from Cookhook. Drakeel has to get himself into that Trickster Cloak Invis. And Tano,
he's going to be out in 5 seconds, though.
He's being scouted by the Weaver. He's tossed into the air, but he's got time lapse and Shikuchi. He's fine.
Sven buyback. He doesn't have Goshen for 60 more seconds, but they might consider doing Roshan with this. I mean, you just gotta play with your Venomancer and your Tiny now. That was a really nice Lotus there from Valky. Just stunning that Sven right back up. Like, it's cool because he's got the Ags, right, on the Darkseer. So the stun went to the Darkseer, and because of the Lotus and his Aghanims, it made him invulnerable, and it stunned the Sven. So they were able to just kill him off of that. But they do get the Aegis now, though.
They do, and a refresher shard as well. So now we're not going to have the same problems. Like, I guess Sven holds it for the BKB and the God Strength, right?
Yeah, exactly. You need 2 of those, because if you lose your God Strength on your first Aegis, like on your first Aegis, you can still like use your BKB God Strength and go in, because you know you got that refresher ready after you die.
And you got multiple cycles of your team fight, whereas we've seen Latam defenders. It's one cycle. They've got vacuum, they've got wall, they've got supernova. They drop everything like a nuclear bomb, and they hope that all the collateral damage is enough to keep them in it.
Angel also made the decision there not to buy back, which means they are looking to win the next team fight on the high ground. That's what they want to do. They want to spend the Phoenix buyback in the next fight instead of trying to contest for that Roshan. And it could be the right decision, because this next fight could just mean, Latin defenders straight out win this game in one shot. Especially if Weaver decides to go for a Rapier or something after the fight.
Yeah, it's like Weaver buyback, Darkseer, Phoenix, all 3 of them. Like, if they can kill off the Sven, even like Ancient Apparition, he's a heroes without them.
Kara
walking straight forward alone. He breaks the vision in a 3-man coil. Well, where's the follow through? Where is it? There's Ice Blast coming. There's the Tombo. Tiny's in. Forces the Supernova early on, and the Batrider's stuck out there. He's caught. Rises, destroys him. First God Strength of BKB, but the Swift Blink, he jumps forward. Doesn't quite land him.
Oh, he's silent.
Oh, he silenced him. He stopped the dive back. He doesn't get the... Oh, he doesn't get the dive out of there. He's got to buy back now on the Phoenix, but Tano's in again. Valky surging away. The stun from Moonlight catching Tiny. Phoenix going to return to the fight, but he doesn't have Supernova anymore. Tano dying just to the Weaver's right-click damage. Rises makes that deep dive, though. These crits coming out of his Bloodthorn. Beautifully done onto the next. Now it's a 5v3. Racks are blown wide open. Mega creeps are coming. They disarm the Sven, but Alone's there on the Darkseer. Stun him, silence him, clear through the Darkseer as quickly as you can. No wall, no vac, has to buy back. And they've also caught this Weaver with a cold feet stun. He can't time lapse and he's got no BKB. He's shattered. They've all bought back.
Died again.
But they're in a 2v5. It's game over now for sure. A double for Alone going to secure this one as Cookhook stranded in his fountain. They turn back for the tier 4s. And GG's called.
Wow. I mean, at the end of that, Darkseer couldn't even get his ulti off. They just thought they could fight under this ward, which was correct, but all they had to do was just lasso the first target they saw that was walking into their vision. I think Nana did a little too much, just trying to go for the backlines or someone who's even deeper into the fight. Just get one kill. You can't buy back and come straight back into that fight. And Latin defenders, they didn't make that last engagement any easier for themselves, and EGOBOYS, they just took advantage of that. So very weird game, sort of say. I mean, it just kept going back and forth. I think Latin defenders always had a chance to be able to win this, but at the end of the day, Sven, he was just a little too strong, and their lineup was a little bit easier to execute as well, with just how much net worth that they had.
Yeah, not just a weird game, but like think about game 1 as well. Add it together, a chaotic, bizarre series. But Zaori boys, in the end,